For many people, in particular in this time, many of the folks we were seeing getting out were being arrested for the very first time and weren't intending to be arrested. Many folks were coming out with bruising and injuries, and some pretty significant injuries. What jail support can do in this moment in supporting Black lives is acknowledging that what people are out there for is right and is good, and that, you know what, somebody's going to have their back. Not that it's going to solve everything, but that, hey, you should be in this struggle. And if this is our piece in supporting you in the struggle, then that's what we're going to do. Lately, with the uprising and protests, there definitely has been renewed energy towards it. And so for the first few days, we were seeing a lot of arrests from stations of folks who had been picked up with the protests and being released back, sometimes after curfew, phones that were no longer charged, with no way to get home, sometimes without access to their property if it wasn't returned to them. And so in a practical sense, a lot of the support was simply trying to figure out how to get people back to their cars, back to their homes, calls to loved ones, along with food, masks, hand sanitizer, whatever else they might need. With jail support, at least how we have done jail support, is to be able to provide and meet the physical and emotional needs of folks immediately exiting, either after their arrest, being released from a police station, or after a bond court, so being released from 26 in California. And I think that is an important piece as we think about how we talk about needs, is that like we all have needs, and so the people who are being released have an immediate need that others can meet, but they also have resources that they can come later and put back into the system to meet other people's needs. So I think that's the other distinction with things like mutual aid and jail support, is that it seeks to remove sort of these categories of helpers and those being helped. And what mutual aid looks at is saying, we just simply have a mismatch of where the resources and needs are, and if we all are willing to contribute, there's enough to go around. All of our needs can be met. There are many people who are new to it who are entering, and if you look at the folks who are organizing, it's all the same faces that have been around. So that's one of the balances with it, of trying to figure out how to channel new energy, but also trying to figure out how to keep things sustainable after the point when people get tired and it's no longer novel to do. And then we really get to see who are the people who are committed to building networks of support that are going to last beyond just this moment.